when you finally go silent, she won't understand it at first. She thinks you're just upset, that you're waiting for her to text first, that you'll eventually come back like you always did. But something's different this time. Your silence isn't about anger. It's about acceptance. You're not trying to prove anything. You're just done repeating yourself to someone who stopped listening long ago. At first, she laugh it off. She say, he's just being dramatic. She posts something online, a smile, a quote, a picture, hoping it reaches you, hoping it pulls you back into the same cycle. But this time, you don't react, you don't chase, you don't explain, and that's when your silence starts to speak. Because silence has a sound of its own. It's not loud, but it's powerful. It doesn't beg, it doesn't plead, it simply says, I'm done. At first, she won't feel it, but silence has a way of growing. Day by day, it starts to echo in her mind. She check her phone, expecting something. Nothing. She scrolled through old messages, reread your words, replay the last moment you spoke to her. And that's when it hits her. The comfort she once had is gone. She'll start to wonder, why aren't you reacting? Why aren't you chasing? Did you stop caring? Did you meet someone else? Her mind will start racing, but your silence gives no answers. And that mystery becomes her punishment. You see, when a man goes silent from peace, not pride, it shakes everything. Because she can't fight silence. She can't argue with it. She can't win against it. Silence is undefeatable when it's real. She'll start testing you in small ways, posting little things she knows you'd react to, mentioning old memories, trying to get your attention. But you stay still. You've learned that attention is a gift, not a plea, and you don't give it to those who waste it. Asterisk, your silence begins to transform her curiosity into confusion, confusion into fear, and fear into realization, because silence exposes what words hide. When you stop talking, she finally starts hearing. Now she remembers your patience, your loyalty, your care, the way you were always there, even when she wasn't. She remembers the times she ignored your effort, the moments she made you feel small, the words she threw at you thinking you'd never leave. And now, you're gone. Not loudly, not dramatically, just silently. And that silence hits harder than any goodbye ever could. But here's the secret. Your silence isn't about her anymore. It's about you. It's your healing, your reset, your return to peace. You stopped arguing because you realized peace is more valuable than being right. You stopped chasing because you learned love can't be forced. You stopped explaining because you understood. Real ones don't need convincing. And that's where true power lives. In the man who can stay silent and calm while everything around him falls apart. Because when you master your emotions, you master your life. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." And that's what your silence does. It shows strength without needing to shout. It shows maturity without needing to prove. While she's busy decoding your quiet, you're evolving. You're focusing on your goals again. You're rediscovering yourself. You're becoming the man you were meant to be. Focused, grounded, unbothered. And the more you grow, the more your silence turns from confusion to power. Because now, you're not avoiding her, you're protecting your peace. She'll start to notice. She'll feel your absence like a weight. She realized that your silence isn't revenge, it's a mirror. A mirror showing her everything she did when you were trying to love her. And that reflection is painful, because she starts to miss not just you, but the version of herself that existed when she had you. That's what silence does. It doesn't just create distance. It creates awareness. And awareness hurts more than anger ever will. Eventually, she'll reach out. Maybe a message. "Hey, how have you been?" Or something more indirect. "I saw something that reminded me of you." But this time, you don't rush to reply. You're calm, collected, stoic. You know that not every message deserves a response, and not every person deserves a second chance. Because you've grown past needing closure, your silence already gave it to you. She noticed the shift in your energy. You're no longer the same man she left behind. Your tone is different. Your eyes are calm. You're not angry. You're just done. And that's what scares her the most. Because she finally realizes that the man she took for granted is gone. Not physically, but emotionally. She wonders when it happened. When did you stop caring? When did you stop trying? And the truth is, it didn't happen overnight. It happened every time she ignored your effort. Every time she tested your love. Every time you tried to talk and she didn't listen. Your silence is the final chapter she never thought you'd write. And the ending is simple. You chose peace over pain. But here's the beauty. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means wisdom. Because real strength is not in reacting. It's in staying still when you have every reason to respond. Your silence becomes your armor. It keeps your emotions protected, your dignity intact, and your power unshaken. She feels that power in every unanswered message, every unseen story, every quiet day you don't come back. Because silence speaks the truth no words ever could. I've moved on, and even if she never says it, deep down she'll know. She'll lost something she'll never find again. Because men who can go silent don't just disappear, they evolve. And that evolution, that quiet transformation, is what makes her remember you at 2 a.m., scrolling through old pictures, wondering how someone so peaceful became so distant. But for you, that silence is freedom. It's peace. It's power. Because you finally learned that not every noise deserves your attention. Not every storm deserves your energy. Silence becomes your language of strength. It's how you rise without noise, how you heal without revenge, how you win without saying a word. So when you go silent, don't break it for anyone who never valued it. Because silence isn't empty, it's full of meaning. It's your lesson. It's your power. It's your closure. And when she finally realizes what your silence truly meant, it'll already be too late. Because by then, you'll have become someone she can't reach anymore. Not because you're gone, but because you've grown. So stay silent, stay grounded, stay unshaken. Because the man who can master his silence can master his world.